The Chronos Contract. How a gamer traded pixels for the presidency. In the affluent, sun-drenched suburbs of Silicon Valley, where the air hummed with the promise of million-dollar startups and the pavement was pristine, lived a boy named Alex. Alex was, by all conventional metrics, a spectacular failure. Not because he lacked intelligence, he was preternaturally bright, with a mind that could instinctively grasp complex algorithms, but because he possessed an almost supernatural gift for wasting time. His domain was not the physics lab or the debate club, but the dimly lit, air-conditioned sanctuary of his bedroom. Surrounded by the gentle glow of 3 enormous monitors, Alex was the undisputed emperor of Asmar, a fictional, sprawling universe in the massively multiplayer online role-playing game MMORPG, Chronos Saga. For Alex, real-world time was a disposable commodity. High school was a mandatory 5-hour interruption to his 16-hour daily gaming sessions. Sleep was a necessary 4-hour penalty for being a physical being. He had perfected the art of efficiency within his laziness. He could queue for a dungeon raid while simultaneously studying for a biology test by skimming Wikipedia articles on his phone and eating a microwaved burrito, all without missing a single raid command. His parents, a successful software architect and a venture capitalist, had long moved from nagging to a quiet, defeated exasperation. "Alex, you're 17. You're going to graduate soon," his father once pleaded, standing awkwardly in the doorway. "What are you going to do?" Alex, his eyes glued to a screen where his avatar, LazyKing, was slaying a digital dragon, simply replied, "Dad, I'm almost level 80. This is important." The turning point, the astonishing, information-rich pivot that would mystify his friends, and eventually the world, didn't come from a sudden burst of motivation. It came from the game itself. The Chronos collapse. One particularly grueling Tuesday night, after a 19-hour grind to obtain the mythical Amulet of Ephemeral Hours, Alex finally had it. This amulet was the Chronos Saga's ultimate prize. It allowed the wearer to see the game's internal cooldown timers with perfect clarity, optimizing every action. But as he equipped it, the game glitched. A cascade of green and red text flooded his screens. He didn't just see the game's timers, he saw his own. On his central monitor, a chilling, custom-coded interface appeared, overlaid on the game. Metric, allocation, hours, status. Gaming, 18,900, 94.5% consumed. Education, 4,200, 92.0% wasted. Physical health, 1,100, 88.0% ignored. Career preparation, 0, 100% available, idle. Total life, age 17, 150,000, estimated. 0.01% spent productively. It wasn't a game interface. It was a real-time, terrifying time ledger of his life. The total life estimate wasn't a joke. It was a dynamically updating probability based on his current lifestyle inputs: diet, exercise, stress, and screen time. For the first time, the lazy, brilliant mind of Alex was confronted with an unoptimizable, non-refundable resource: his personal time. He realized his entire life had been a series of latency issues. He was waiting for the perfect moment to start, the easy solution to appear, spending thousands of hours simulating achievement instead of executing it. The information was a shock,
a profound system error in his personal operating code. He saw the mathematical certainty of his future, a dead-end job, an unfulfilled life, all due to the exponential decay of wasted minutes.
The gamer's algorithm, time as a cooldown. Alex didn't suddenly become a productive person. He was still the LazyKing, but he had found a new, infinitely more complex and therefore attractive game to master, the real world. He began to apply his gaming logic to his life, creating the Chronos Contract. The cooldown principle, the start. In Chronos Saga, every ability has a cooldown. The best players don't wait for a 60-second cooldown to end to start the next action. They start the next series of actions immediately, weaving abilities together. Alex applied this to tasks. Old latency. Finish homework, wait 30 minutes, then think about doing laundry. New cooldown. As soon as he closed his textbook, he had 10 seconds, the global cooldown or GCD, to transition to the next task, folding laundry. No mental buffer, no YouTube break. Action immediately follows action. The resource maximization, the information layer. His greatest asset was his fast-reading, algorithm-savvy brain. He treated college applications, standardized tests like the SAT, ACT, and general knowledge as a knowledge database to be efficiently farmed. He didn't read textbooks, he parsed them. He used his gaming focus, the ability to hold 20 complex variables in his head simultaneously to absorb information. Instead of a linear read, he'd read the chapter summary, then the headings, then the first and last sentence of every paragraph. This wasn't lazy. It was hyper-efficient information retrieval. The result? He scored a near-perfect 1580 on the SAT and the 35 on the ACT after just 2 weeks of this parsing method. The daily quest system, the motivation loop. Alex hated abstract goals. He loved quests. He structured his life around daily quests with clear rewards and XP points. Quest: complete 1 hour of exercise. Reward: plus 10 health XP, plus 1 hour of sanctioned, guilt-free Chronos Saga time. Quest: research 1 cutting-edge technology. Reward: plus 5 insight XP, plus 1 new contact on LinkedIn. The raid leader mentality, the leadership skill. In Chronos Saga, Alex wasn't just a player, he was a raid leader for a guild of 50 people across the USA and Europe. He had to coordinate complex strategies, manage egos, and enforce discipline. He realized he had phenomenal, highly refined people management and strategic planning skills. He just never applied them to reality. The astonishing ascent. The change was not overnight, but the acceleration was astounding. Because his mind was already trained for extreme optimization and sustained single-focus effort, 16 hours in a chair, redirecting that effort created a momentum that was frankly shocking. Year 1, age 18. Instead of applying to the local state university, he used his parsing technique to ace his interviews and got accepted into MIT. His admissions essay wasn't about overcoming laziness. It was a brilliant mathematical model of human time allocation using video game theory. Year 2, age 19. At MIT, he saw the ultimate inefficiency: bureaucracy and outdated technology in the campus student government. He ran for student body president, not on a platform of change, but on a platform of latency reduction and system optimization. His slogans: cut the cooldown, and more throughput, less waiting. He won easily using his raid leader skills to organize and motivate his campaign team with military precision. Year 4, age 21. Graduating with a double major in computer science and political science in 3 years, Alex created Chronos, a software consulting firm that specialized in institutional latency reduction, applying his optimization models to large corporations and government agencies. He made his first $10 million by the time he was 23. His target audience was the U.S. government, which, he observed, had a global cooldown of about 1,000 days, a typical legislative cycle.
The ultimate game, the presidency. Alex's true genius was his ability to see politics not as an ideology war, but as the world's most complex, highest-stakes optimization problem. The USA, he argued, was running on a bloated 200-year-old operating system with massive system lag. At age 35, Alex ran for the President of the United States. His campaign was unlike anything the USA had ever seen. No rallies. Rallies, he stated, are a low-throughput, high-cooldown waste of voter time. Instead, he held optimization seminars streamed live, where he detailed with clear data and graphs how he would reduce the latency in areas like healthcare, for example, cutting the average time to see a specialist from 30 days to 7, and infrastructure, for example, reducing the average permit approval process from 18 months to 90 days. The platform, his single overriding campaign promise was the 10x initiative, to make every government service 10 times more efficient. He didn't promise more money for the military or more welfare programs. He promised that the existing money would be spent with zero latency and maximum effectiveness. The appeal. The American audience, tired of slow-moving politics, found his hyper-rational, data-driven approach irresistible. His backstory, the lazy gamer who realized the true value of time, was a viral sensation. He was the ultimate American underdog story, not a rags-to-riches tale, but a wasted time to max efficiency tale. He became the youngest president in U.S. history, winning on the promise of applying the most brutal, logical, and efficient mindset possible to the running of the nation. The last login. On his 40th birthday, 5 years into his presidency, Alex sat alone in the Oval Office. He had just signed an executive order streamlining the entire IRS tax code, reducing the average filing time for U.S. citizens by 80%. He opened his old laptop, dusty from years in storage. He logged back into Chronos Saga. The old interface, the horrifying time ledger, still popped up. Metric allocation, hours. Status, gaming, 18,900, 100.0% consumed. Education, 10,000, 90.0% used productively. Physical health, 5,000, 95.0% maintained. Career and politics, 120,000, 99.0% active. Total life, age 40, 150,000, estimated. 85.0% spent productively. The 0.01% had become 85.0%. His avatar, LazyKing, was still standing in the same digital meadow where he had last logged off 23 years ago. Alex smiled. He didn't move the avatar. He didn't join a raid. He simply read the character's status screen one last time. Then, with the same single-minded focus he used to sign bills, he hit the Delete Character button. Achievement unlocked. True efficiency. Alex had finally defeated the ultimate boss, the temptation of wasted time. He had taken his extraordinary capacity for laziness and focused it into the relentless pursuit of efficiency, proving that the greatest time waster can become the greatest time master. The lazy boy had not just respected his time. He had used his unique, hyper-optimized understanding of it to change the world one reduced cooldown at a time.